Jennifer Lopez just said she's never truly been loved, and her first husband Ojani Noa basically said, "Oh really? Then explain why you were cheating on me." Yep. 1 minute JLo's out here bearing her soul on live radio, talking about heartbreak and self-love, and the next, her ex pops up like, "You forgot to mention the part where you broke my heart, sweetheart." And listen, this isn't just messy ex drama. Noah's spilling details, claiming JLo begged him to stay, accused him of cheating when she was the one allegedly sneaking around. So yeah, Jennifer Lopez's heartbreak confession just opened the messiest celebrity can of worms of 2025. Let's get into it. Alright, before we dive into this 2025 chaos, let's rewind for a second, because the Jennifer Lopez we see today, the global superstar, the Vegas residency queen, the billionaire beauty mogul, didn't start out that way. Back in the mid-90s, JLo was just breaking out. Selena had turned her into a household name, If You Had My Love was climbing charts, and Hollywood had found its next Latina superstar. But before the red carpets and Met Gala entrances, there was one man who saw her before the fame. Ojani Noa. He wasn't a celebrity. He was a waiter. Literally. Working at Gloria Estefan's restaurant in Miami when fate, or maybe just good timing, brought them face to face. JLo walks in, Ojani serves her dinner, and boom, instant chemistry. He once said he looked at her and knew she was going to be a star. And she was, but he had no idea she'd become the kind of star who could rewrite history with a single interview. They married in 1997. It was quick, passionate, and messy, the kind of love story that burns fast and bright. Friends said JLo was obsessed with building her empire, while Ojani just wanted a simple life. Within months, the fame hit full speed, and their marriage started to crack. By 1998, they were done. Just 11 months together. Just 11 months of marriage? That is wild. But that short-lived romance left scars on both sides. Because right after the split, Ojani tried to open a restaurant using JLo's name. She sued him. Then he tried to release a tell-all book. She sued him again. And at one point, she even got a court order stopping him from leaking their honeymoon video. Oh boy, sis was really getting along with the laws. Yeah, it's been decades, but that tension never really went away. So fast forward to 2025, JLo goes on Howard Stern talking about how she's never truly been loved, and guess who's sitting at home watching that interview thinking, hold on a damn second? Yep, Ojani Noa. And this time, he's not staying quiet. So here's where everything blew up. Jennifer Lopez goes on Howard Stern's show, super casual, chill vibes, talking about her love life, and suddenly drops a confession that shakes the internet. She says, "I don't think I've ever been truly loved. Like, loved in the way that I needed to be loved."
Do you think you've truly been loved?
No.
No. And do you think you really have experienced loving someone?
Yes.
That one line? Boom. Headlines everywhere. She goes on to explain that.
What I learned, it's not that I'm not lovable, it's that they're not capable.
And honestly, that line hit. It felt deep and raw, like she was finally pulling back the curtain on 2 decades of heartbreak. For a moment, people actually stopped clowning her multiple marriages and said, wait, maybe she's finally being real about the pain behind the glitz. But not everyone took it that way. Because while fans were busy posting heart emojis and writing "Queen healing her inner child," somewhere in Miami, her ex-husband Ojani Noa was hearing that same quote and thinking, hold up, never been loved? What about me? And that's when he decided it was time to talk. So he took to his Instagram to drop the bombshell. In his Instagram posts he wrote, "This is in reference to the recent interview on the Howard Stern show, where my ex-wife, Jennifer Lopez, aka JLo, said that she has never been loved or capable. Haha, let me just say, he's giving I've been holding this for 25 years and I'm ready to pour." Then he gets right to the point, calling her out for always playing the victim. He says, "Stop putting us down. Stop putting me down with your victim card." And then he drops the real bomb. You couldn't keep it in your pants. He reminds her she's been married 4 times and had countless relationships, saying, "You've been loved, plenty." So yeah, Ojani isn't just responding, he's dragging. Then it gets emotional. You can literally feel the heartbreak in this one. He starts listing all the sacrifices he made, moving states, leaving his family, being loyal, faithful, and protective. He says he never lied, never cheated, never misbehaved. And then, the line that broke the internet. I was too good for you. I'm too good of a man for you. He's giving heartbroken lover turned philosopher, and low-key, it hits. Now this is where the tea overflows. Ojani claims JLo chose fame and fortune over their marriage. He says she lied, cheated, and even begged him to stay so she wouldn't get bad press because, at the time, image meant everything to her. He paints the picture of someone who was trying to hold things together while she was already checking out emotionally, focused on Hollywood over home. By the fifth post, he's basically done pretending to be polite. He says she kept cheating and lying, and that's when he walked away. I couldn't stay anymore. That's why I left you. That's why I divorced you. It's raw, and you can feel years of bottled-up frustration just bursting out here. And finally, he ends it with pure venom. Tell the truth for once. Let people know that you are the problem. He calls her embarrassing and ashamed of herself. No filter, no diplomacy, just 100% uncut X energy. So yeah, Ojani didn't just respond, he unloaded. He's basically saying JLo built her empire while burying the truth about who she really is behind the scenes. Now the internet does what it does best. Split up. Half of fans are like, he's just bitter. One fan wrote, 45 years ago. Time to move on. And she even hit it with an eye-rolling gif. Because apparently, trauma now has an expiration date. Another wrote, he's the best example? He was married to JLo for 30 seconds and has been threatening to publish an intimate video of her for years. He should be ashamed of himself for continuing to use JLo's name to promote himself. JLo doesn't consider this marriage. This guy is insane. In his whole manic episode, he's saying how she chose fame. No B** TCH. She chose her career, her love for art, and you were holding her back. You wouldn't let her go, so she started moving on hoping you would finally divorce her. Little Roach. Ouch, that was too brutal. And the other half are like, wait, this lines up with everything she's been saying lately. One user wrote, JLo is trying to get Ben's attention. The one man she is obsessed with. She wants that Hollywood couple status with that white man so badly. Imagine being married 4 times and sleeping around with everyone and their brother, and at her old age at 60 still complaining. It doesn't surprise me. Diddy was her BF/BFF. She's never come out against what? Ex-husband responds to Lopez saying she's never been loved, fixed it. He's got every right to be pissed. Either way, this isn't just a random ex-rant. It's decades of silence breaking wide open, and it's got JLo's love confession turning into her next PR nightmare. Apparently, Jennifer Lopez hasn't responded or said anything about what her ex said though. And honestly, this whole JLo and Ojani situation feels less like drama and more like two people remembering the same story completely differently. JLo is talking about emotional love, the kind that makes you feel seen, while Ojani's talking about loyalty and sacrifice. Both can be true, they just don't match. At the end of the day, it's not really about who's lying, it's about how differently people experience love, especially when fame gets in the way. One's trying to heal, the other's still hurting. And the internet? It's just eating up every bit of it. So at this point, one thing's clear. Love might fade, but receipts? They last forever. Because what started as one emotional interview just turned into a full-blown X-Files situation that's got everyone questioning who really knew JLo behind closed doors. Was this just Ojani finally speaking his truth after decades of silence? Or was it a man still living in the shadow of the woman who became JLo? Either way, the internet's already rewriting the narrative, and you know how that goes. Tomorrow, there'll be new screenshots, new sources, and probably a few more exclusive interviews. But for now, I'll leave it to you. Do you believe Ojani's finally telling the truth? Or is this just another case of hurt people, hurt people? And most importantly, if your ex dropped a tell-all like this after 25 years, would you stay silent or set the record straight? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I'm reading everything. And hit subscribe, and see you in the next video. Love you all. Bye guys.